Hey everyone, Paul McMann here with Forex Smart Trade. So glad you could be with me this Tuesday morning, July 19th, 2022, here at Forex Smart Trade. Our mission is to help make you become a successful currency trader using our proprietary trading indicators that have been around almost a quarter of a century and are very, very accurate. And we supplement that with some personalized one-on-one training, which we think is the most efficient and effective way to learn currency trading. And we are so confident in our ability to train you to do this successfully that once trained, we'll let you trade with our company money and split what you make. So it takes all of the risk off of you and puts it on us. With that, let us get going. We need to listen to this guy, and we'll see what's available this morning.
Due to federal and state regulations, we are providing the following disclosure. Please stay tuned, as this will take less than a minute. Foreign exchange, futures, and cryptocurrency trading are highly risky, and you can lose all the money you invest should you decide to engage in live trading. We are not responsible for your investment, trading, or tax decisions. We are not licensed financial advisors, traders, accountants, stockbrokers, or attorneys. We are not licensed commodities brokers and do not engage in or facilitate commodities transactions. We are not an introducing broker, and we make no recommendation as to where you should invest or what broker you should trade with. As you apply what you learn, we recommend you seek advice from licensed professionals. Any trade results that we show should not be considered typical of our students. We do not and cannot track the results or performance of our students' private trading accounts. We do not know what a typical or average student earns or loses trading. This is not a get-rich-quick program, guaranteed system, or business opportunity. We sell training and trading tools. We make no promises our training or tools will generate future income for students, and you may not make your investment back, including your investment in this training. Any redistribution or recording of this material is strictly prohibited without advance written permission.
One of the great things about what we do and how we do it is that we do live trades every day. When we have a trader like me come online, they walk you through their analysis, and we have probably a dozen different trade signals. And as we train you, we figure out your likes and dislikes, and then create a trade plan around that, how you like to trade and what your risk tolerances are. The trade plan I use is something called the 10-point trade, which I do off of a 1-hour chart. But when you are in the program, we do a trade at 10 in the morning. We do a trade at 6 in the evening. We do another trade at 10 in the evening. These are all Eastern times. And if that's not enough for you, we have another trade at 8 p.m. You got to pay a little extra to attend that one. Also, continuous training. So having a coach and being able to get feedback and have accountability as you're trading, because that accountability is established because you're trading our money. You get somebody who cares about what you're doing, who's done it, and is going to want to see you do it right. I work off of a checklist in terms of kind of staying focused. Every day when I start, I make sure my green chart is connected. In fact, I restart it, which I did before we came online, and that my MetaTrader 4 is connected and live. I review the previous days. Well, actually, I do it at the end of the day, but review the previous day's trade. I want to know what didn't go well so that I can fix it or make my analysis better on the next iteration. Last night, we did not find a trade that we liked, so there's nothing to review. As we are trading based on price action, news also impacts currency. So we want to know if there are any news items coming up, and so that we can trade around them. And basically what I'm looking for is events that are labeled as red, and I want to be out of the trade 2 hours before that event. And I find those events by going to forexfactory.com. Forex Factory breaks items down into yellow, orange, and red. So at 11 o'clock this morning, we are at the next item coming up is U.S. building permits at 8:30. But the next red item we have to worry about is the pound. We are at 11 a.m. So that's 5 hours away, 4.5 hours away. So we could still take a trade and be out of this 2 hours beforehand. And then any trade that we'd take on the Australian dollar would be done. So we've got clear sailing this morning. So we will now go into our analysis and see what we can find. The chart I use is the Light 6 Major. It is one of the standard layout charts. I call it the composite chart because it's showing us 6 different currency pairs. These are all US-based pairs on a 1 hour candle. I like to trade off of a 1 hour candle. Trade off of a 1 hour candle can be worth anywhere from 5 to 35 pips. And we can get in and out of it within 1 to 3 hours. On the chart, I start with the middle section, which is the majors and minors section. And this blue horizontal line is the overbought line. So when the lines are up here, the market's overbought. If the market's overbought, that's a good time to sell. Likewise, when the lines are below the horizontal red line, which is the oversold line, the market is oversold. That's a good time to buy. And specifically, what I am looking for is when the lines are overbought, I want them pointed down. When the lines are oversold, I want them pointed up. So right now, all the lines are going sideways here on the Australian USD. So we're going to pass. Euro USD, minors are going up, majors are going sideways, so I don't have them pointing down. I want them all pointing down or pointing up. And the more agreement that I get across the 3 sections of the chart, the higher the reliability of it being a profitable trade. Can I make money while when we're overbought and the lines are going up? Yes, you can see this morning there was a big jump. We were overbought here, and we got a jump of 30 pips, 36 pips. So you can make money when it's overbought. Do I sometimes trade? If I've already taken this trade and it's still going up, I will sometimes take this, but I'll only do it on a pair that I'm very, very familiar with. So on the Euro USD, I might do that, and I actually did do that today. I caught part of this jump this morning. But basically, what I like to do is catch the run when it's on one side, run it through the other side. To me, that's the safest trade. But again, you can make money when overbought. There still be some may still be some push up into it. Pound dollar. The red and green lines are the major indicators. Those are going down. The black and gray are the minor indicators. I don't have agreement here. I want everybody going down. U.S. Canadian dollar, we're in the channel going sideways. U.S. Swiss franc, we're oversold. We're way oversold, and we're going sideways. Looks like we're kind of running into a little bit of a resistance line here that's keeping everything. So this is kind of the flip of what we saw over here on the Euro USD, where we had that big candle 3 hours ago. USD yen, oversold. Minors are going down, majors are going sideways. So nothing there. So what I've done is I've cloned this chart made a second chart with non-US pairs, and we'll just keep looking till we see the setup that we want. So overbought here on the euro pound, but going up. Australian dollar, yen overbought, going sideways. Euro Canadian dollar, we've got this agreement between the majors and minors. We're overbought. Australian New Zealand dollar oversold. Majors have started to turn. Minors are still sideways. Pound yen, we are overbought. Minors are coming down. Majors are kind of going down. It's a little bit more sideways to me. I prefer to see a little bit. I prefer to see the green line coming down a little bit more, but technically this is down. So I've got 3 points here. The 3 points are: one, we're overbought; two, the majors and minors are pointing down; and three, that the red line is crossed over the green line and the black line is crossed over the black line. So when I get 3 points here, I jump up to my TNTs and I want to see how many lines are in agreement with the sell signal I am seeing here. And the two orange lines, the thick orange line and the thin orange line, are going down. The dotted blue is going up. When blue goes up, that means sell. So actually both blues, the dotted blue and the thick blue, are going up. So all four lines here are telling me sell. I need at least 3 out of the 4. So 4 out of the 4, I really can't get much better than that. Only thing that would enhance this is if these lines were a little steeper. So now I'm going to jump down to the pressure. And on the pressure, I want the lines either going down, or I want the red line over on top of the green line. And I have neither here. It's just about to cross, but it hasn't crossed. Based on my experience, I do not, it looks like it's going to cross in the next hour. I don't anticipate, I try not to anticipate what's going to happen. I wait till the chart shows me, and I trade off of what is versus what is going to be. So I'm going to hold off on this. This isn't, I don't have this last piece. When I have pieces, when all 3 pieces agree, that's a high probability trade. And I want to take high probability trades. You don't need to take many trades. Anywhere from 2 to 8 trades a day will make me money. So I want to wait till I see what it is that I like and then take it. Going back here, as I said, I prefer to see the green line a little steeper slope down. We're not quite there yet. We do have the green line going from less steep to more steep, so that is good. But I prefer to see it even more steep than it is, like what the black line is here. The slope on the black line here is greater than the slope on this green line. So let's keep going. Euro, Australian dollar, we're in the middle of the channel and it's reversing. So let's look at another 6. Canadian dollar, yen. Oversold, and we've got this agreement here. Minors are kind of going, minors are sideways, majors are down, or excuse me, minors are down, majors are sideways. Euro New Zealand dollar looks like it's reversing in the middle of the channel. Pound New Zealand dollar oversold. Minors are starting to go up, majors are sideways, so nothing there. New Zealand dollar, yen. New Zealand dollar, yen. We are overbought. Minors are going down. Majors are going down. I've got the double cross where the black line's crossed over the gray and the red line is crossed over the green. But you already know that I'm not crazy about this because I'd rather see a bigger slope here. Two orange lines going down, dotted blue going up. So that is 3 of the 4 telling me sell. And here I do have the crossover. The red line, I've got up pressure, but we've got the red line on top. So I've got the setup. Again, I prefer to see this steeper, but as I have the setup, let's come on here. Let us go to the next section. I found 7 points. I want to confirm that the setup is good. And the way I'm going to confirm the setup is good is I'm going to also take a look at the 2 and the 4 hour chart for the New Zealand dollar, yen. Now, actually, one of the things I don't like about this trade, and actually, you know what? I'm not even going to do it now that I'm thinking about it. Is I prefer to trade. Again, this is based on my experience and preference. When at least one of the pairs are daytime. Both of these pairs now are nighttime. It's nighttime in New Zealand. It's nighttime in Japan. When it's at nighttime, the volume is slower. And when the volume is slower, it takes longer for this to manifest itself. I want to be able to get in and out within 1 to 3 hours. We're going into the nighttime here. It's going to take more than 3 hours for this to happen. The only exception I make to that is the overnight trade setup that I send out, and I'm taking that off of a day chart versus a 1 hour chart, and I'm going to bed, or I'm not going to be watching the market anymore. So when I get up in the morning, I'll see that trade is closed. So here, since this is kind of active trading time, I don't want to tie up my capital in a trade that's sitting. Now, if this were a day chart and I'm expecting to get, 50 pips versus 10 pips, that's a little different. But again, this signal isn't good enough for a 50 pip trade yet. And you can see we're kind of losing it as we're standing here. It's starting to go more sideways. So let's pass on that. New Zealand USD, we're sideways, overbought and sideways. Euro Swiss franc, overbought. Everybody's going down. And we've got the double cross, the red's over the top and the black's over the top. What I don't like here, so I've got the 3 points. What I don't like is the green line is going from more steep to less steep. There's a little kink in it. As we're talking here, it's kind of straightening out. 2 orange lines going down, 2 blues going up. Nice steepness on these orange lines here. And when I go to the pressure, the green line is almost horizontal. This is up pressure, but the red line isn't on top. I want the green line. I want the red line on top. I do like that the green line, you can see there's like 4 kinks in this line. So more steep, less steep, less steep, less steep. This is almost horizontal here. So it's going to start coming down soon, but it's not quite there yet. And we're seeing that it's not quite there yet because we've got this little kink in the line here. So got nothing there. Let's go to our next group. So one of the keys is just having the patience to wait till I see my setup. Trading off of the hour chart. Once we get 30 minutes into the hour, there's enough information in the chart for me to make a decision. when the candle changes at the top of the hour, to me that's we don't have enough information. If I'm taking the trade off of what I saw in the last hour and the signal kind of continues, that's okay. But I like to get 30 minutes into it to see what there is. So here, Australian dollar, Canadian dollar overbought sideways on both. Swiss franc, yen sideways on both. Euro, yen, majors are coming down, minors are sideways. Pound, Australian dollar. This is again. Here's a situation where we're oversold, and there was a big down move when we were oversold. So 30 pips while we were oversold. It started to go up. We didn't get the double cross, and then it reversed direction and kept coming down. So you can make pips, but again, based on my trade plan, I want to wait till I get a clear signal up, and I want to ride it through this channel. New Zealand dollar, Swiss franc. All right, this is the best signal we've seen so far this morning. Overbought, everybody's going down. We got the double cross with the red and the black lines, and there's nice steepness here on the green line, and the lines are clustered. The signal's stronger when these lines are clustered. 2 orange lines going down, dotted blue going up. So I've got 3 of the 4 here. I have got sideways pressure with red on top. So I've got 7 points here. New Zealand dollar, Swiss franc. It is still lunchtime in Switzerland, so we still got daytime there. So with that, now we will go and take a look at see if we get confirmation on the 2 and the 4 hour chart. So I am going to go here. This chart is showing me one currency pair over 6 different time frames. So a 2-minute, a 30-minute, a 1 hour, 2 hour, 4 hour day. So let's make this into New Zealand dollar. The other thing we need to worry about with the New Zealand dollar is the spreads tend to be bigger than on the Euro USD. So here's the signal we were just looking at. 3 points here, 3 points here, 1 point here. On the 2 and 4 hour, I want to see basically that we are overbought on both of them. So we're overbought here, and the lines are actually coming down. That's a bonus. I don't care that the lines are coming down. Basically, I want to know that if for some reason this changes, we're going to pick it up here. And the 2 and the 4 hour, we are overbought, and everybody's coming down also. So this is telling me that I like it. It's a good trade to get into. The next piece of my analysis is what's the trade worth. So to figure out what the trade is worth, I am going to go to a clean chart with just the candles on it. And I'm going to add some support and resistance, NZD, CHF. I'm going to pull this together a little bit so that I can see what's going on a little better. And then add some support and resistance on it. When I do this, I want to have more data points because that lets me make a little bit better decision on where the support and resistance are. In terms of the trend, looks like we're sideways. Last week, gone up a little bit, down a little bit, up a little bit, down a little bit, up, down, up. So we don't have a clear trend, whereas like over here, we're clearly trading into a downtrend. I want to know what the trend is because that helps me determine how many pips I want to take. So if I'm taking a buy trade into a buy trend, I'm going to take more pips than if I'm taking a buy trade into a sell trend. So here we had a little bit of a buy trend, but as I said, it's gone sideways. So to add support and resistance are spots where the candles seem to naturally stop. I want to know where these spots are so I can trade around them. Again, it involves being able to get in and get out of the trade quickly. So it seems to stop in here, in here, in here, over here, over here. Now, if it's a pair I normally trade, like the euro dollar, I already have this drawn on the chart. Since I don't normally trade the New Zealand dollar, Swiss franc, I have to create that. So it seems to stop in here, over here, in here a little bit. Let us see. Let's put one more above and below. So by knowing where these spots are, again, because I want to get in and out quickly, and the candles sometimes stop at these spots, I want to know where they are. So it stopped in here, stopped here. Let's put one more above. On the Euro USD, on a 1 hour chart, these tend to be about 30, 40 pips apart. So it stopped in here, stopped in here, stopped in here. You can see the distance on this one's a little bit less than the distance on these other two. Now we're going to increase it so we can see it a little bit better. So I want to know how much. Next, I want to know is how much room do I have till we go to the next spot. So we got 18 pips down. And let's see how many pips up. 7 pips down. So 18 down, 7 up. And what else do I want to know? I want to know how many pips we have. To here. 7 pips to here. All right, let's save this. Let's take a look and see what the spread is, because that's going to enter into my equation if I want to take this. New Zealand dollar, Swiss franc. I do not have that open. So I'm going to go to File, New Chart. And I'm going to find New Zealand dollar, Swiss franc. Which is right here. Let's look at the 1 hour chart. Oh, it's only got a two pip spread, which isn't bad. Pip and a half. Let's go ahead and take this for 15 pips. 15 pips. We've got 18 pips to this line. Now, why is that? Oh, it's already the top of the hour. Let's just double check the. Let's just double check this signal here. All right, the signal's okay. It's pushed down a little bit. The slope has we've lost some of the steepness on the slope on the 1 hour. On the 2 minute, there's a little pushback coming up. I still like it. Let's go ahead and take it for 15 pips down. So I've got the chart up. This is a demo account. I've got $6,800 in here, so I am going to click New Order. I'm going to make my lot size 0.68 and market execution. I'm not going to worry about the stop loss and the take profit. I'm going to do a sell by market. And now I am going to, once the trade is recorded, I'm going to right click on it. It opens up the modifier delete. You can take this in your simulator. 15 pips is 150 points. If I put 150 in here and click on the little blue button, it does the math for me. And will you go ahead and use a 3-to-1 on this? So if I'm going for 15 pips, I'm going to go for 45 pips on a stop loss. Again, I add the 0. I click the red copy as button. It does the math. And then I click the modify. And it drops the lines in there for me, and I want to double check and see that they look okay. And they do. So we took a sell on the New Zealand dollar, Swiss franc, with a take profit of 0.60181, and a stop loss of 0.60777. I will expect this to close in the next 1 to 3 hours. Let's see if we got any questions. Yeah, 16. Yeah, so the spread's a little, spread's about 16 points. That's okay. If it was like 4 pips, I would think about a little bit more, but under 2 is on a 15 pip trade is a good number. Okay, gang, we will thank you for being here. We will make you profitable traders. If you have any questions, go to the coach you're working with or schedule an appointment with me, and I'm happy to help. We will be doing this again Thursday morning at the same time, 6:30 a.m. Until then, have a good one.